Hi, I'm Adam Turer, and I'm here with James Weber for the Press Roundtable, talking about Kentucky high school football and kind of recapping the first 2 weeks of the season, talking about some of the biggest surprises and things we've been impressed with. What have you seen, James, that really stands out in these first 2 weeks of the season?
Well, some teams who have really gotten out of the gate quickly so far. One is Covington Catholic. They've put up a lot of points this year, beating Dixie and Campbell County. They're passing the attack. Well, their whole offense really. Blake Burr is second year as a starter. He's a junior quarterback. He's put up amazing numbers so far this year. Gabe Gray had 220 some yards against Dixie last week. They put up over 500 yards offense. That was a 56-35 shootout win over Dixie. And they said Covington Catholic playing really well. Same with Newport Central Catholic. Kind of same deal. They're 2-0. They put up a lot of points in yards. Then kind of surprising thing about them is they lost a lot of their starters on offense, but they bring the big one back. Senior quarterback Brady Height, who is just an amazing three-sport athlete. He's really directed that offense. They're in high gear, although most of his weapons are new this year. They've been able to. They beat McNicholas last week. They turned it over a lot in the red zone. But they scored 23 points. They could have scored a lot more. But Newcap's playing really well right now. And another one is Boone County is 2-0. They were 3-7 last year. Their defense was the main reason they struggled last year. They gave up about 32 points a game last year. And then so far this year, they've given up a touchdown in each game in their wins. So they're happy about that. I saw They beat Connor last week, and I saw that game. And there's several other impressive teams. I mean, Ryle is 2-0. Obviously, Travis Elliott has a name everyone knows. He's off to a great start, and he could be playing some quarterback this week because they got some injury to the starter. And a couple other teams. I mean, we know what Beechwood and Highlands can do. They've each had one bye week, so they're both 1-0, but. Beechwood was very strong. I know you saw that game.
And that's what's impressed me the most is it's not really any surprises, but the teams that we knew were going to be good have looked really, really good. Mainly Covington Catholic and Beechwood coming out of the gates strong. Experienced teams, but still, it's always hard to go into the season with such high expectations. And just through the first 2 weeks, it looks like they've responded. I mean, especially Blake Burr, Covcath quarterback, junior season really taking it to the next level so far. Put up huge numbers in the Crosstown Showdown. And Beechwood shutting down Simon Kenton 28-0, and Beechwood again with a good running attack led by Cameron Vaughn, and really dominating the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball up front was very impressive. The way that they won that game. Simon Kenton's one of those teams that almost in a rebuilding season, had real good success, state finals a couple times in the last few years, and breaking in some young guys at some key positions, and it's going to take them some time. Coming off the loss to Beechwood, they have a bye this week, which is good for them. Talked to Coach Marksberry this weekend, and they lost the game. Beechwood's a good team. They're not going to let that break them down. They got 8 more games left in the season. They could still be right back in the mix in the district come the end of the year.
And
any games this weekend you're really looking forward to? A lot of teams play out of the area. We have some big Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky matchups, which are always fun. Don't have too much bearing in the scheme of things for the postseason, but it's a good measuring stick, to see how Ryle measures up to a team like Coleraine, and how.
Covcat's playing LaSalle on Saturday. That'll be a very interesting matchup too. And I think the one everybody's going to be already talking about Thursday night, Dixie Heights and Highlands. Obviously, the two Division I future quarterbacks, Patrick Coles from Highlands, obviously going to UK, and Zeke Pica, a name everyone knows as well, is going to Auburn, and everybody's been talking about that matchup since the summer, I think, pretty much. And the way both teams are playing right now, Dixie's had a lot of struggles on defense, giving up 56 to Highlands and
Covcath.
Covcath, that's right.
Hopefully, they might go to 56 to Highlands Thursday. We'll have to wait and see. If they play like they did last weekend, Tulsa's going to have a big night.
Yeah, Newcap put 42 on them, so I know they're going to work on things there, and And Highlands 1-0. They were off last week, but they have a very talented team in Highlands with several Division I prospects. So that should be a fun game to watch. And
if you're a team like Dixie Heights with Zeke Pike, who's probably the most touted player in Northern Kentucky, and you go into the year with such high expectations, then they have a chance of dropping 2 games early in the year. I mean, how do you think that's going to affect their season in the long run?
Well, it's not good for the conference, but they know that in the Kentucky system, it doesn't really hurt them as far as any playoff positioning. So once they know what they have to work on, and when they get into district seeding games, and those are the games that really count, and they can set themselves up for a nice run in the playoffs. And there's nothing stopping them from making a run in 6A if they get things worked on.
I think that's the biggest difference in this stage of the season. In the first quarter of the year for Kentucky teams as opposed to Ohio teams. Whereas a team in Ohio enters the year with high expectations. They lose 1 or 2 games early on, that might send their playoff hopes out the window. Whereas these Kentucky teams really, it's good for the coaches and the kids that they're really able to focus on what areas they need to improve on, and know that really they're still playing for November.
It's definitely, because you see a lot of these local Kentucky teams, they don't duck other teams a lot. So like Ralph says, sure, we'll give Coleraine a try. We're going to be underdogs, but we'll measure ourselves against the best to see what happens. And a loss doesn't really hurt them.
Exactly. Yeah, it's good to see, and it leads to exciting high school football. Early in the year, week 3, there's no cupcakes on the schedule for a lot of the big name teams in Northern Kentucky, and this should be a fun week. It's not going to have too much playoff implications at stake, but a lot of fun games to watch this week, and looking forward to week 3 in Kentucky high school football. Anything else, James?
That's about it.
All right. We'll see you next time.
Yeah.